So what up? How y'all doing? Ayoo, so look, I'm back with again, with another one. You know that what the fuck, oh man, not again. You don't know moments I be doing. Yeah. So look, top 10 scary. Top 10. Hold up. I try to do it fast too. Like I was like prepared and all that shit. Top 10 scary time travel urban legends. Top 10 scary time traveler urban legends. All right, look it. We don't get into it. I started thinking like if I was a time traveler and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like what would I do? Like what time period would I go back to? Comment down below like if you could time travel, what time period would you do? You know what I'm saying? Or what would you do as a time traveler? Like would you just like try to win 1,000,000? Like the lottery, like you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
Movies like Hot Tub Time Machine or Back to the Future show us just how tricky time travel is. If we go to the past, we risk doing something that will alter the course of the future. It could have a very disastrous outcome. But if you could time travel to any particular moment in time, what would it be and why? Let me know in the comments below.
I think I asked that question
what's up?
too.
Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 scary time travel urban legends. Starting off this countdown, we have the woman named Joan. Joan refers to a mysterious, unidentified woman who claimed to be a time traveler. She came forward in the late 90s saying that she was from the future and needed help getting back home. She went on live TV but had her voice distorted and her face blurred. Joan claims that she was abandoned while on her mission. She has to keep her identity a secret, otherwise she claims she will be killed. Now, what's weird about this is that after her interview aired, her tapes were stolen from the broadcast company. Once the tapes were stolen, Joan was never heard from again. It was believed that her identity was leaked because the unedited interview revealed who she was. She may have been killed or went into hiding after this. In our 9th spot, we have the outbreak. So this next legend is wild. Legend goes that our current outbreak situation is due to time travelers. That's right, you heard me. They believe that time travelers from the future who were immune to this disease came to our current time period and brought the deadly virus with them. Oh, told you this legend was wild. In our 8th spot, we have the Vacationers. In 1901, 2 English women took a vacation to France. They were doing typical tourist things and visited the Palace of Versailles. While there, they visited the Petit Trianon. Hopefully I said that right. Which was a little place that was gifted to Marie Antoinette as a private spot for her to hang out. So these women were having a fun day. They were exploring and embracing the French culture and also time traveling. Yeah. These women claimed that while at the spot, they time traveled. I don't think that was included in their itinerary. So while at the Petit Trianon, they claimed that they saw people wearing outdated clothing and they heard mysterious voices. Not only that, but they saw buildings and other structures that were no longer present and hadn't existed since the late 1700s. Lastly, they claimed that they saw Marie Antoinette herself drawing in her sketchbook. That's definitely one trip that they'll never forget. Moving on to number 7, we have the Chrononauts. In 2011, 2 men by the name of Andrew Basiego and William Sillings stepped forward claiming that they were former time travelers. They claimed that they worked for a project called Project Pegasus. Apparently, through this program, they were picked to go to Mars and did so by teleportation. Then they also claimed that they went back in time and met Barack Obama, who was 19 at the time. Apparently, Barack was also chosen to go to Mars. However, Obama has denied any of these claims, so guess he's not a time traveler. Making our way down the list at number 6, we have the Shock. So this next urban legend is meant as a warning for anyone who is interested in time travel. The legend states that time travel is deadly. It can cause memory loss, cognitive decline, and completely rearrange your genetic makeup. If you constantly jump from the past to the future to the present, then your body will start to become overwhelmed. Every time you time travel, they believe that the cells in your body are being manipulated and rearranged. As a result, you may age at an incredible rate. The legend also states that if time travel is done improperly, then it can cause you to become disfigured. You may be teleported back in time, but you might lose a limb or your body parts might get fused together. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with John
What the fuck they
Titor.
talking about?
This is another extremely famous urban legend. So John Titor is a supposed time traveler from the year 2036 on a military mission.
Okay.
He first made his appearance on the internet in the 2000s on online forums. He would post about predictions or stories from the future. The reason for him traveling back in time is so that he can get an IBM 5100, which apparently had a secret function that could translate anything to any language. He also claimed that the company was keeping it hidden for the fear of their competition finding out about it. On the forums, John also posted grainy photos of the time machine and of the military logo from the future. In 2001, Titor disappeared from online and was never heard from again. Then in 2004, the company IBM came forward and said that Titor was right and that their computer did have that secret function that he mentioned. So people believe that he is a real time traveler. In our 4th spot, we have the aliens. This next legend states that aliens are the key to time traveling. Back in the 1970s, a man came forward claiming that he was abducted by time-traveling aliens. These aliens took him back in time where he was able to visit dinosaurs. They also apparently took him to Mars and a few thousand years into the future. But he's not the only person to claim that aliens can time travel. Other people have come forward believing that extraterrestrials are so intelligent that they already figured out how to harness the power of time travel and use it to their advantage. Moving on to number 3, we have the Coronavisor. So the Coronavisor is the name of a device that can apparently record footage from back in time. The device was invented in the 1950s by a team of Italian scientists. Apparently, this machine can tune into times and places in the past and then get images or videos from that time period. In fact, they have released photos of the crucifixion of Jesus, which they claim the machine took. Now it's said that the device and footage is sealed away within the vaults of the Vatican. They fear that it will fall into the wrong hands who will use it for evil. In our 2nd spot, we have the Philadelphia experiment. This legend takes us back to the early 1940s. Apparently, during this time, the government was conducting experiments on the USS Eldridge. They were attempting to make the ship invisible to the enemy radar. Witnesses claimed that they saw the ship surrounded by a greenish-blue glow before it suddenly disappeared. The ship was then seen at a shipyard in Virginia before disappearing again and then reappearing back in Philadelphia. So the ship somehow teleported. On top of that, some even say that the vessel went back 10 seconds in time. Apparently, when it reappeared, the crew on board fell ill. Some even went insane, whereas others were fused with the ship's metal. And in our number 1 spot, we have the fence legend. This has to be the most popular time travel urban legend out there. So, legend goes that in the midsummer of the 1950s, a 30-year-old man by the name of Rudolph Fentz appeared on the streets of New York City. He was dressed in fashion from the late 19th century and seemed very disoriented. Then, out of nowhere, this man was hit and killed by a New York taxi. Upon investigating, his pockets contained a copper token for beer, a bill for the care of a horse, and a letter from 1876, among other unusual items. None of the objects showed signs of aging. Turns out that this man was a person who disappeared in 1876 at the age of 29. Some believe that this legend is actually true and that Rudolph Fentz was a real time traveler. And that's all for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shout-out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from my video, Top 10 Scary True.
I don't know, that last one got me going crazy, like thinking like, shit, probably, bruh, like, I don't know. That's all I like. Most of it, I'm like, I don't know, like, probably. Shit, I don't put it past like half of the shit that been going on. I don't know. Hey, comment down below if you believe in time travel or some shit.